I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we are taking a look at some of the greatest mysteries of all time. Things like the Da Vinci Code. Would you believe me if I told you that someone has cracked it? Well, we're going to talk to a man who says he has cracked the Da Vinci Code. He's the author of a book. It is called Mysteries of History Revealed Part 1, Fossils, Meteorite Impacts, and Nephilim History. It is written by Jeremy Auldaney, and we are delighted to have him here today on Spotlight. And we'd like to thank the team at Good River Print and Media for helping put Jeremy in the spotlight today. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Well, the Da Vinci Code actually is based on some real facts, but their conclusions are incorrect.
And what are those incorrect conclusions?
It goes back. Actually, I've traced the bloodline clear back to Babel, about 2000 BC. And when the people were scattered, there was a bloodline from what they call what some people believe are extraterrestrials, which are actually hybrid humans. They call them the Anunnaki, but actually they're the sons of Anak, which was a giant, and he was not an extraterrestrial, but you could consider him part human, part what you might call extraterrestrial. But I don't believe in aliens. I believe that they're created beings.
But you believe they live on other planets and have traveled here to the United States and to the world?
I think they're more likely here on Earth, maybe underground, because they go in and out of the ocean. And like on Skinwalker Ranch, they go in and out of that plateau.
Absolutely. That's been the subject of a...
And the interesting thing about the metal well, I'd like to discuss one interesting thing is that metal they found when they were drilling into the plateau. Some metal came out, which was a superconductor, which is a type of material that they have on the space shuttle for reentry. And they didn't mention on the program that metal, actually, where they discovered that metal was at Roswell in that saucer crash. And they re-engineered many of the technology from that saucer and others.
So we've actually learned from these.
And I believe this is actually the internet has been built on this technology, like fiber optics, night vision, computer chips, and with that technology, we have our fast internet. And this technology is changing society.
So it's been a contribution for good, that's for sure.
Yeah, but they have other plans. Like they said on Skinwalker Ranch, they have a malevolent goal.
What do you think we can do to protect ourselves?
You may say they're pets or something, huh?
What do you think we can do to protect ourselves against them?
There isn't much, except get the truth out there so people aren't. Mainly, their weapon is deception. Jacques Vallée called his book "The Messengers of Deception." And he was a very high-ranking scientist.
Right. You also have unraveled 666.
He even perfected the internet.
Tell me about the mysteries of 666.
It's actually the symbolic number. It's actually the symbolic number of the Nephilim, which were the hybrid humans which have been produced royal bloodlines, such as the Merovingians, which some people call the Illuminati, the 13 families who have controlled the earth for thousands of years.
Interesting. You've also addressed Project Blue Book in your writing. Tell me about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Blue Book was a research Actually, it was more of a cover-up than actual research. But now they're beginning to reveal a lot of this because they're preparing for contact.
Do you think the government hides a lot of information from us?
Definitely. When they said that Project Moogle and it was a balloon, that's a bunch of nonsense because there was actual artifacts found and there's many witnesses where they had a memory metal where they could crunch it up and then it would unfold.
Very
That was not a
interesting.
balloon. But
Have you been able
Wikipedia
to
still
travel
calls
to
it a
any of these
balloon,
places? Have you
but
traveled to
that's what you
Roswell
call
or
fake
anything?
news. No, I don't even know if they would let you in there. Well,
Hmm.
I've been to many meteorite sites and fossil sites all over California. I've discovered many of them, and I've also gone to meteorite sites and discovered craters and meteorites and dinosaurs and all kinds of fossils. I've been to Texas, Arizona, Colorado. I've been all over.
Very
I
interesting.
found every kind of fossil you can think of.
I'm sure. Now, with
Mhm.
the meteorites, do you think there's something behind them other than just rocks falling from the sky?
Here's a meteorite. These are the meteorites that I believe was a tremendous shower of asteroids that hit the whole Earth. And that was the time that that was the trigger of Noah's flood. And it released the subterranean water, which inundated continents.
Hmm.
Potential spam.
The Holy Grail is something
Oh,
that
I
you
got the wrong
also.
phone.
Oh, sure. The
I can't
Holy,
get it stopped. Okay.
okay, the Holy Grail is something you also
Yeah.
address in your book.
Yes, I think it's the it could be the Shroud of Turin that does have some blood on it, which is Nephilim blood, which goes back to the Merovingian family, because that was the head of the Illuminati, which was who founded it, how founded the Knights Templars, and his blood is on that shroud. And I compared the pictures of this. I can think of his name. Um, they say that it's the shroud of Jesus, but it's not because I compared it to the head of the Illuminati, who was Philip the Fourth, had him executed because of a conspiracy.
Hmm. Do you, the
I can't think of
Nephilim,
his
do
name
they
right
still
now.
reside among us? Would we recognize these Nephilim if we were to see them?
Yes, yes. The bloodline of the Nephilim is in all royal families, including mine. You see, I'm a descendant of J.P. Morgan, and he was a Merovingian. And many of these are what you might say. They're. It doesn't mean they're all involved in a conspiracy, but there are people who passed down to their descendants this plan to create a world government under Marxism.
Very interesting. What do you feel about our current political situation in America?
Well, it's part of their plan to take over America because America is standing in the way of the world government because America First is blocking it. And that would stop the communist movement. They were the ones that founded that movement.
Very interesting. So you feel this is all part of globalization and a new world order?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting
It's
indeed.
described in the Bible of the coming Antichrist.
And when do you think we might expect that Antichrist to arrive?
Well, right now, I believe that there are a lot of prophecy researchers that give different dates, but we don't know the day. We don't know when. And but the closest I can come to it, the most accurate and the most people agree, is somewhere around 2028, because the plan to take over the world is 2030, and that's the agenda of the United Nations.
Amazing, amazing. Well, it's quite a book. You cover so many different aspects of life and mysteries that have taken place around the globe throughout history.
And here, this is a whalebone. It's from Shark Tooth Hill.
And the significance of that is?
Dinosaurs and other animals were buried in volcanic ash, which is called bentonite or montmorillonite. And that's the same material that's in Skinwalker Ranch that's coming out of that hole. I saw that last night.
Amazing.
And if you can see this, here are some tracks.
Yeah.
These are Permian tracks from Grand Canyon.
Amazing, amazing.
I discovered those when they were digging a road cut.
Amazing. Like I said, you cover a great deal in your book. The book is called Mysteries of History Revealed Part 1, Fossils, Meteorite Impacts, and Nephilim History. It is written by Jeremy Auldaney, and you can pick it up on Amazon, and it is a worthwhile read indeed. It might change the way you look at life and the world around you. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
And one more thing, I'm publishing an article in the Publishers Weekly, which will reach a large audience for publishers and bookstore owners.
Wonderful, wonderful. Looking forward to reading that as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you, Logan.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.